Officer Harry Dunn, who defended the Capitol on January 6th, 2021. He joins us now. Officer Dunn, thank you so much for being with us. We want to get your thoughts on today, 4 years later. And in particular, let's start with this topic of conversation, just how for so many Americans, what happened that day has been distorted. It's been whitewashed. It's been downplayed. And frankly, for some of Donald Trump's allies, it's been celebrated.
Yeah, thank you for having me on. I got to turn to what Mika just said. It won't be a surprise to us. Donald Trump has campaigned on this. He said it from the beginning that this is what he was going to do, which is why me and so many other of my coworkers campaigned so hard against him and for Kamala Harris. The American people, I believe, were misled, and they frankly let us down. The officers who defended the Capitol on January 6th 4 years ago. Snowing here in D.C., and I talked to one of my former officers, and she said the snowstorm came 4 years too late. Just imagine if it was snowing this time 4 years ago. There's so many topics I would just want to talk about right now. It's been 4 years, 4 long years, but to just talk about the pardons, that thing, it pulls at my heart. It makes me upset. It makes me angry. How can people watch what happened that day and sit there and say they're okay with what happened? Those people weren't hostages, just like Joe read in the Wall Street Journal. Those people that are sitting in jail are people that attacked, assaulted police officers in the worst, most violent ways. The people that entered the Capitol and walked around, sure, there were people who did that. They didn't serve prison time. They got probation. They got fined. They're not sitting in jail. They're not hostages. The people that are sitting in jail committed the most violent attacks on police officers, and that's what needs to be focused on right now. And another thing, the Fraternal Order of Police, the FOP, endorsed Donald Trump. How about they put out a statement saying that they are okay with those pardons? If they are, they haven't said anything about it, and I wish that they would.
Harry, talk about on that day the kind of terror that some of your fellow officers were facing. We're not talking about those that walked around. We're talking about what you just referred to. Those that were violent, that were talking about where is Mike Pence, the vice president. They wanted to hang him. These were people that literally had murder in their mind and in their mouth. Talk about, as an officer working that day, and some of your colleagues, what you were facing.
Sure. Now, I think I saw the graphic. It said about 1,600 people were charged and 600 were still in jail or something like that. Sure, there were people there who were peaceful in the sense. Now, they weren't helping. They weren't contributing to the police officers bringing an end to that situation. But there were people there who were not attacking police officers, and they got the proper prison sentence, the fines. But the people who were, like the video of Michael Fanone being dragged into the crowd, it wasn't just about getting past him. He was down and out of the fight, and people were surrounding him, attacking him while he was down. They were going back and looking for people to fight, to beat up. These people weren't just interested in getting into the building and stop. They were there hell-bent on violence, and that's what they did. And those people should not be outside of the jail. They need to serve their full sentences and what they got. But for the people that were there to stop, they told us in their own words, they are there to stop the steal. They were there because Donald Trump sent us. They felt emboldened to be there on January 6th, 4 years ago, because arguably the most powerful person in the world told them to do so. Now think about this. After a pardon, what message does that send to them? Hey, you know what? We were right. Let's do it again should we ever need to.